Hey, Travis here at Books, Builds, and More, and today I'm doing a 2-for-1 special reviewing two tiny Lego sets from the Botanicals line. One is the mixed flower pot, and the other is the Lucky Bamboo. I decided to do these two in one video instead of individually because they're both very small. I don't really have a whole lot to say about either one of them, so I thought it would just be easier and quicker to just kind of knock them both out at the same time. So I'll start with the mixed flower pot. This was actually a gift with purchase. I did not buy this. Technically, it was just a free gift with purchase because I bought the Jaws Lego set last year. This was what came with it. So I went ahead and built it because while I'm not really into things like this, I did think it was pretty neat. I mean, it does have some pretty cool builds to it within there. Now, you've got the stand here. It's the first thing that you build, of course, and then you just kind of build onto it. Kind of like the tiny plants. If you watched my rank and review video of that about a week ago, I think is when that came out. It's not been very long. It was my last build video that I did. You'll kind of see why, where you build like the flower pots first and then the plants. This is the same concept, this and the Lucky Bamboo, but this one had some pretty unique builds to it. See that? This one was probably by far the best. It was the most challenging, of course, because you had to like kind of rotate and make sure things were not, knocking together and knocking it apart. But yeah, I feel like this one just kind of looks, it looks more full than the Lucky Bamboo, but when you turn it around, it's got a little bit of, it's got some open space in the back. So of course you want to display it with basically this facing out the front. Kind of like one of the shamrock thing, the purple shamrock, fake shamrock or false shamrock or something in the tiny plants. This one has the yellow butterfly shape Lego pieces on it that give the illusion of flowers or special, leaves, shaped leaves, so I thought that was pretty cool, just yet another use for using butterflies instead of just like a butterfly, an actual butterfly effect to a set. Now, as far as the Lucky Bamboo goes, I feel like this one was a little bit more challenging than the flower pot, even though the flower pot had some pretty unique and honestly quite challenging builds to it for such a small set. But just because it's a small set doesn't mean it can't be enjoyable, and difficult to build. I mean, there were challenges in that, but there were some challenges in this one as well. First of all, this is a far more elaborate base that you put together. So yeah, it wasn't hard, but it was just, a little bit more, required a little bit more. And then you just build the stalks up. Now, it doesn't look as full, but it does look more full than some of the little tiny plants that I had presented in my last build video. But the stalks were very unique. It's just a very unique build. You also have the tops of these like tan. I have to be careful because these are actually loose. You've got some loose pieces down in here that give the illusions of stones. And you do put these together. You snap them together and then just kind of lay them in there. So if you were to knock this set over, you would be scrambling to find parts because there are 8 altogether. And I think it gives a nice little impression there. This was a pretty realistic looking set. And then you can just set the different leaves however you'd like. So there are some display options within this set, unlike the Lucky Flower Pot, which is pretty stable. This one, you can flex around a little bit and just kind of, display it however you would like it to display. It's also kind of like the, parts on the mixed flower pot. You've got some loose, so you have to be very careful, like when you're picking it up. But yeah, this just has a more unique look to it than the mixed flower pot. But overall, I think it balances out. Both of them balance out pretty nicely. This one has far more color. I like the variety of different colors in this one, but I like the unique look on this one more. So they just kind of balance each other out. So I still think I have to go with the Lucky Bamboo a little bit more, just out of uniqueness. And that's it. That's all I've got for both those Lego sets. I told you there wasn't a whole lot that I had to say about them. But they're both very nice little sets. I have the Lucky Bamboo sitting on my, bookshelf, top of my bookshelf for now anyway. As I grow more books, I'm probably gonna have to be knocking some of that stuff off. And the mixed flower pot just sits on a little table over there just to give a little bit of color to the room. That's not that it needs a whole lot of color. It's very, very chaotic in here. Anyway, which one did you like better? The mixed flower pot or the Lucky Bamboo? Let me know in the comments below. And if you've stuck with me this long, thank you so much for watching. I hope this was enjoyable, and I'll see you in the next video.